everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, to this video. It's time for June favorites. What? It's already July. That can't even be possible. July's my birthday month, so I'm not complaining. I love the month of July, but I still can't believe we're already halfway through the year. Here soon I'm going to be pulling down a Christmas tree so I can decorate for Christmas. So guys, I've got a lot of good stuff for you for the month of June that I just absolutely loved, that I could not put down. So if you're interested in seeing what worked for me, what I loved, a lot of this is new product. There's a couple of things that are not as new, but for the most part, just new stuff that I'm so excited about, that I loved so much. So if you're interested in seeing what I was loving for the month of June, then just stay tuned. Let's go. I don't even know where to start, you guys. Like, that's how much. I mean, there's not a ton, but there's also not just a little bit in here. Okay, let's start with the basic stuff. So this primer, honestly, I had purchased it during the VIB sale, and I purchased it because of the hype and because everyone was loving it. And it's one of those products where the first few times I used it, I was like, okay, like, I guess, you know, yeah, it's pretty good, but I don't know that I would repurchase. And the more I have used it, the more I have really enjoyed it, and now I keep on grabbing it, or reaching for it. Anyways, it's the Henrickson Banana Bright Face Primer. I mean, we've all seen this a million times. Everyone's been promoting it and featuring it, and I kept on, so I would pull it back out of my stash every now and then because of the scent. I love the scent. I've been using the eye cream at night, and same scent. I just really, really like it. So I would pull it out, and I started to notice that every time I used it, like, my foundation just was easier application, something about it. And it's not really anything like a gripping primer or anything like that. It's really just like almost a brightening, hydrating primer. It comes out like a cream, like a lotion. It has a little pump, but there's something about it that just makes my makeup or foundation application so easy. And I don't know, I really like this. I think I would repurchase this. So have been loving using and abusing this for the month of June. It's been great. The other product is definitely not something new to the market, and it's not really anything new to me. I purchased it a month or two ago, probably a good couple months ago, because I've been using it for a while. During the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. It's the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. It's the powder that I used today, and it just, I don't know that it's super ethereal. I don't know that it gives my face like a glow or anything, but it doesn't set down my face like super matte. I don't like that look. I like just a very nice, like just a little bit of a radiance, you know? I'm not looking to mattify my skin. I'm not crazy about a matte look on me. And this powder, you guys know, I've told you time and time again, I didn't used to be a powder girl. The Huda Easy Bake Powder changed all that for me. That is still my number one. I love that one so, so much. But this has really been, I mean, I've actually been using this for the month of June way more than the Huda. I just love the finish that it gives. It's so easy to use, easy to work with. I mean, powders didn't really be super easy for me to use. Again, like, they'd get all over the place. They'd over dry my skin. I just wasn't a fan, but that one is a good one. Okay, I'm going to move on to a setting spray. So this is by the brand Makeup Obsession, and this one in particular is called Lightning Glow Illuminating Fixing Spray. So it has the little beads, so obviously it has like stuff to shake up in there. I will tell you, it's got sparkle. So, you know, if I don't use it for a little while, the sparkle starts setting down. But this spray has given me the most luminous, dewy look of any spray that I have ever used. However, there is a caveat to that. I am going to tell you that those of you who hate sparkle within your setting sprays, this is absolutely not for you. I love sparkle in anything, and so the sparkle in this spray is what gives me that, I don't know how to describe it to you. It just makes my skin look super radiant, even dewy, which is kind of weird, but it was $7-8, and I love it. I would hands down repurchase this. I'm actually thinking maybe I want to get a backup because it's starting to go down pretty quickly. I use a lot. But the first time I used it, I was like, whoa, am I looking at this correctly? Like, is there sparkle all over my face? Like, just really micro sparkle. And every time I use it, my face, my skin looks so good, so dewy, so Luminess all day long. This was such a game changer for me, and it's been the spray I've been pretty much using a lot of the month of June. So I've been neglecting my others, but for good reason, and it wasn't a hefty price tag, which is awesome. Let's start getting into the makeup, you guys. So first and foremost, this was actually no surprise to me that I loved. It's the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette in the, I guess not the shade, but the name 002 Glitz. This is their second version of that highlighting palette that we all know and love. The thing I like about this is that it doesn't really come with the blush and bronzer the way the other one does. This legit is like, well, for me, this one would be a bronzer, even though it's less deep than the last one. But to me, 3 of these are legit highlighters, and then again I can use this one as a bronzer. But for my deeper skin tone ladies, this like is a 4-pan highlighting, you know, shimmering goodness. Anyways, I think I like this one, not like, love this one more than the first one. Now, I do love the first one. The blush in that palette is so beautiful, so I'm not knocking that. I do love it, but I love that they came out with another one that has more highlight in it. Now, I will tell you that these 2 shades right here are uber sparkly. I don't know how else to describe it to you. It's not like a glitter, but it is a sparkle. I've heard people say they're like toppers. I use it as straight up highlight, and it's what I'm wearing on my face today. I'm wearing this one right here, which is the shade Glitter Strobe Pink Gold. I'm not one for a heavy pink shift in my highlight, and this is so subtle that I just love it. It's not subtle in the sense that it's like not beaming. It's beaming. It's subtle in the sense of the pink tint to it. Like I can't even hardly tell that there's pink in it. So this has been such a game changer, and I'm going to tell you that this highlight right here, it's called Peach, is unlike any highlight I have in my collection. So it gives my skin such a glass effect that I can't even tell you how much I love that look. It's something that I've never seen on my skin before, and when I first used it, I was like, wait, what? And the more I used it, I was like, wow. So those were my reactions exactly. Anyways, so this thing is such a game changer. I love it. I have not been able to put it down. I literally reach for it more often than most of my other highlighting products. At least I did for the month of June. So definitely worth the price tag there. The next product is by Jouer, and it's part of their summer collection, and it is the Cheeky Summer Blush Duo. It looks like this, so very similar in packaging to their others, except it's got the little palm trees, which I love. I was super intrigued by their summer collection, and when I swatched the eyeshadow palette in store, I really wasn't blown away. So I opted to pass on that, but this one had been getting such great reviews, and in store there was only one left. I knew I had my eye on it, so I had picked it up. This was pretty early in the month, and I just have been using it so consistently. It's actually the blush I'm wearing on my face today, my face, and this is what it looks like. So it's very much 2 tones of summer shades. How can I explain this? If I just walked in from the pool, or if like I've been on a day-to-day being out in the sun and my skin is looking like a little bit, I don't know, like it's had sun. I don't know how, I'm so bad at describing things, you guys. But this, I knew I loved the Jouer blush formula from the last 6-pan, the Bouquet I don't even want to like edit that out. I'm just going to keep going, you guys. I'm having trouble talking. The 6-pan Bouquet d'Amour palette. I loved it. That was my first try at Jouer blushes. Loved the formula. So this 2-pan was a no-brainer for me. I love it so much. Like, it gives my skin such a good wash of color, and you can go, if you go heavy-handed, it can be too much. They are very pigmented. So it's 30 bucks, and I love it. This particular little bad boy is by Artist Couture. This was actually a deluxe size that you can get like in a beauty offer on your Sephora orders. This is definitely not the full size, but I'm gonna end up needing, obviously, to buy the full size because I have been using this little guy so nonstop. This is in the shade Coco Bling. Now, the last time I had tried an Artist Couture highlight, it was the Jackie Aina collaboration, and I don't know if it was just the tone that I wasn't crazy about. I don't know if it just didn't have the intensity that I wanted. So I had kind of just in my mind put Artist Couture on the back shelf. You know, I'm like, okay, it's just not for me. But this was a beauty offer. It's the beauty offer that stood out the most to me, and I thought, well, I may as well go ahead and just grab it. It's free. And yeah, I will be picking up a full size in this. That's why they do these beauty offers, because they know they're going to sucker you in to be able, or to want to buy the full size, because that's, I mean, it's happened to me countless times. This is, again, in the shade Coco Bling, and I have used this really a couple of ways, and I don't even know if it's going to stand out to you because it's looking pretty sheer. And again, that's why the last time I tried it, didn't really knock my socks off. What I have been using it as right now is like a topper. So what I'll do is, you know, I use my cream formula highlights as my base, like to stick onto or like to intensify and layer. And when I put this over top of a cream highlight, man, it takes it to the next level. It is very sparkly, but gosh, it looks so good. It is so intense that my husband even asked me at dinner one time, oh, is your highlight like a gold, or, you know, like a, what color is that? And I'm like, you know the term highlight? What? Anyways, but that is just, it's so, so good. I will be purchasing a full size. Next up, this is the Kaja Beauty, these are the trio stacks. I forget exactly what they're called, and it's not telling me on the little label. Now, the difference between this and the ones you're used to seeing is that this is the one with 2 matte shades and 1 sparkly shade. This has been, these types of things, okay, let me take a step back. When I go to work, I've gotten to wear, like, I just want to do minimal. Sometimes sleep is just better. Anyways, but aside from fighting traffic, but I used to put so much effort into my work day makeup, and now I will do that once or twice a week, but now, like, for the rest of the time, I just literally go minimal. And it can be a matte shade thrown in the crease, and then like a sparkly shade all over my lid, and then it looks pretty, I look put together, but it really didn't take a lot of time. And this is one of those things that just has really allowed me to do that, and I love it. This is in the shade Glowing Guava. So it's the little stack that, in which you get 2 mattes and you get 1 sparkling shade. So your middle is your sparkling shade. It's very, very metallic in the pan. And then you get the 2. You get a deeper. Let me give you the swatches real quick. They're so soft to the touch, which I love. So let me give you the 2 swatches there. So right there. And they don't swatch the greatest, but they go on really, really nicely. I've heard people be highly concerned over their sparkly shades because of the fact that their ingredients say it has glass. So there's the sparkly and there are the 2 mattes. But Temptalia had a really good point in her blog in which she said that likely because it's a Korean brand, that's how they accidentally interpreted, like, it was bad interpretation? Not interpretation. When you have to, translation. My goodness, it's one of those days. Anyways, so I don't know. There's really like some controversy about that. I know it concerns some people. I typically use a glitter glue when I use that shade, and it's very, very soft to the touch. So I don't know how it would be harmful to the eye, but if it ever comes out that it does, then I will stop buying them. For now, it's in my June's loves. I love it. This next one is also one of those beauty offers, and I love this product so much. I'm gonna have to buy a full size. I'm just gonna say it's the Dang Girl mascara. I don't want to use the term that's on the, you know, I don't cuss. Anyways, but this mascara is ridiculously amazing, and I still stand by my Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, but I'd say this takes a very close second. And okay, that just freaked me out. I was like, what's that noise? So if you saw me kind of like, it's my dog snoring. He's laying right in front of the camera. So anyways, this brush is very, very fluffy. And I've heard very similar to their other mascara, but for me, that mascara flakes into my contacts and I just can't do it. I think it's a good mascara except for that. This one doesn't flake into my contact lenses. It stays on all day. I don't have little mascara particles on my cheeks by late afternoon, and this one just gives me the thickest looking lashes. This is an amazing product and I'm almost out. I have been using it that nonstop. So let's move on to a lip product and then I'll finalize us out. What? Close us out with eyeshadow palettes. This lipstick I purchased during the Sephora VIB sale as well, and I love the formula. It's the Fenty Stunna Lip Paint. I have mine in the shade, or this shade is the shade Unlocked, and this particular shade is so flattering on my skin tone. Obviously, this formula will stay on your lips all day long. It's ridiculously long lasting and ridiculously comfortable if you're worried about a liquid lipstick, you know, because they are over drying, which they usually are. This is just such a good color for spring and summer, and it just brightens my face. It like makes me look lively, alive. I don't know, something about it is stunning. And this is what it looks like. This was one of the products that was I planning on picking it up during the sale? Now I can't remember. But anyways, just one of my favorite products that I picked up during that event. It's so good and it has been getting non-stop use out of me. Okay, so the last three products. I'm going to go quickly because this is going to end up being a long video. The Lion King palette. You guys, I was not planning on picking this up. It was not on my radar. I was like, I don't need another neutral palette with a couple of pops of color. I just don't. If you have watched my review, then you know my take on this palette and why I decided to pick it up and my thoughts once I started putting it to use. Okay, first off, Disney and makeup, it just never gets better than that. You guys know I am a Disney geek to the max. I love Disney. It's just that side of me or that part of me that's like, oh, will always be a kid. Anyways, so whenever Disney and makeup come together, even though this one wasn't on my radar, I'm like, yes. Anyways, this palette, you guys, is so good. It's perfect. I feel like the layout is perfect. What they provided in here is perfect to not have to do a whole lot of thinking when you're putting your look together. There's like enough options, but not so much that you're overwhelmed with like, which one do I want to do? Sometimes a lot of options is great, but I sometimes do find myself overwhelmed, especially when I'm going through like a period of time where I'm just feeling super not creative, like I just am not feeling super motivated. And something like this is right up my alley because it kind of just has everything super perfect. I exactly know which ones I want to throw in the crease and transition and all that for dimension. And then these pops are so easy to work with, you guys. And they are as rich in real life as you are seeing on these YouTube videos that people are posting. They're just so good. These are three of those standout shades. And I have been enjoying this palette so much. So much more than I thought I would when I first picked it up. And I love it. So obviously I haven't been loving it the whole month of June. It's been more the latter part of June, but oh my gosh, this has been such a go-to this past like week or so that I would highly recommend checking it out if you are a fan of either Disney, makeup and Disney, whatever. Okay, two more palettes, you guys. Violet Voss Best Life. Like, can we just say Violet Voss Best Palette? I mean, this is number one for me in her palettes. It is the, I don't know, to me most versatile. It has the most in one-stop shop. I love the color scheme. I love the packaging. There's just something about this palette that makes me happy. First off, the 4 glitter pans. Can anything else make me happier than that? I don't think so. They feel like sand. If you have not already watched my review on this palette, I will try when I'm uploading this. I'm also always so bad at this, but I'm going to try to remember to link it in the cards above so that if you haven't seen the review and you're curious about this palette, you can go check it out. But you guys, this palette is beyond ridiculous. These glitter shades, they feel like sand. They are so easy to put on, to just stick onto glitter glue. I can't even tell you how good this palette is. It's pretty darn amazing. That's just a bad swatch on my part, but super sparkly, all the kind of feels for summer that you would want. And the awesome thing is it has a little divider that says, always live your best life. And then you've got like an actual eyeshadow palette. So you've got an eyeshadow palette full of summer type of shades. And then you've got all those glitters, the ones I just showed you. So really pretty, so stunning, her best work yet. And it just, I can't even for the price tag. I think it was like $49. And so when it came in, I was like, what? All this for $49? How is that even possible? When you spend like $65 on something that gives you less than that, you're like, why do I do that to myself sometimes? Last, but certainly not least, is the Dominique Cosmetics palette. So same thing, you may have already seen my review on this, which just posted, but this is the, did I already say it's the Rustic Glam? I think I said Dominique Cosmetics palette. I don't know. It's the Rustic Glam palette. I will tell you, this is my absolute favorite out of all her palettes, just like the Violet Voss. There is such a unique quality to the shades in this palette. Like, at first look, you'd say, okay, it doesn't really look like anything super exciting. The more I use it and the more I work with it, the more I'm like, wow, where have you been all this time? I've needed something with different shades like this. So truly and honestly, I'm going to tell you, I have nothing in my collection that's the shade of Cactus, nothing in my collection the shade of Wanderlust. I know, it looks like it might be pretty basic. Oh, it's not. It's very, very pretty. It's like it's got this olive tone to it that I can't find anywhere else. Anyways, the shade Wildflower. It's the most beautiful shade of pink. And if you have watched her videos, and you can do this really with any eyeshadow palette, but I love when brands or brand owners show the double duty that certain products can provide. This one is not only an eyeshadow, but a blush, and it is on my skin tone. So pretty. It's stunning. I love it so very much. The shade Gypsy is also quite unique. I really have nothing like it in my collection. You'd think, oh, it's just a purple. No, there's something to it that just, I don't have this tone of purple. And then I love these blue shades. There's just something about this palette. It just works together well. It goes together. They're so easy to use, so easy to apply. And I love when I can get a palette that has a few different shades than what I've have tons of repeats of, you know, in my collection. And this just does it for me. I mean, there's something about it that is absolutely worth the price tag. It's $42 for this massive thing, and you might say, well, because she is like, you know, because her brand isn't as maybe well known, or it's not like a super mainstream brand, is that the word? She does some really good stuff. She's got some really great products. My only non-favorite of hers was the Lemonade palette. But even that, honestly, you guys, their customer service handled that with so much grace and kindness that to me, it all comes from the top. And so that tells me that she is in tune, you know, with the quality of her products. And so at that time, I do remember the first batch they went out, and a lot of people were like, what is this? Immediately she sent out saying, we're making a new batch, you will get a new one. And even then, that second one wasn't my favorite, and I've since decluttered that one on Poshmark. But as far as her other three palettes, this one is my favorite. It is the same size as the Berries and Cream, but this one, you guys, there's something unique and beautiful about this palette that I just have enjoyed using so much. Well, you guys, that brings us to the end of not only another video, but another favorites video. So another month for the books. It's time to work on July. I'm excited about July. Again, it's my birthday, and so I'm hoping to do a little Sephora shopping. So you might see a haul this month from me for that. But I hope you enjoyed my favorites. I hope maybe, I love watching favorites because then I see stuff that I didn't know about or that didn't previously pique my interest, that then I'm like, I need to go check that out. And I hope the same for you. I hope that you watched this and thought, oh, I'm kind of curious about trying that. So anyways, that's the purpose and fun of a monthly favorites video. Well, guys, if you found this helpful or just entertaining, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. That really does help me out. And I hope this isn't the first and last time that we see each other here on this channel. I hope you'll consider subscribing so that I have you back for the next video and many more to come. Before I let you go, I want to give you the verse of the day, just in an effort to encourage encourage you, to tell you that I love you and that Jesus loves you so much. And it comes from John 20:29, and it says, "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." All right, my friends, thank you again for watching. I hope if you're in a difficult time of life right now, that you would just know how much I love you, but even more than that, how much Jesus loves you, and he would love to be able to take care of you and be there for you. I can personally tell you that I really wouldn't have made it through some difficult times that I've been through if it weren't for him. And so just know that I am praying for you. Sometimes if y'all do need prayer, y'all will comment in the section below. Feel free to do that. I love interacting with you guys, and I'd love to have the opportunity to pray for you. All right, you guys, I will see you very soon in the next video. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.